Hi, my name is Haley, and I'm the case manager here at Arkansas Physical Health and Rehab. And we will be sharing weekly content on the different services we provide here in our office and how you can improve your health with holistic care. So please subscribe to our channel to stay updated on the services we can offer you. Hi, I'm Haley, and I'm at Arkansas Physical Health and Rehab, and today I have Dr. Chastain with me. He is new to our office, and we are going to touch on the subject of posture. So, Dr. Chastain, let's start off with what is posture?
Well, I guess the better thing is what isn't posture. Any snapshot in time, that is posture, whether it's good posture, bad posture, lazy posture. Posture is posture of just how your body is sitting or standing throughout any period of time.
Okay. So why is good posture important?
Well, to simplify it, so I have my trusty handy dandy spine here.
Mm-hmm.
Posture is important because the way our spine is made up is it has weight bearing parts, which are the front, which is the big bony blocky parts, and the disc. Then you have the back part, which is your movable, your joints.
Sure.
As part of being a chiropractor, we focus on especially joints that maybe don't move too well. Well, if you have bad posture, say for example you slump in your chair, so you're like increasing this curve, it's creating more pressure on the joints that are supposed to be moving versus the part of the bones that are actually meant to be holding weight. So in all reality, if you have bad posture, you're just increasing that pressure on something that's supposed to be freely movable.
Okay, so what are some consequences that could come of poor posture?
Some consequences that come to mind especially are like poor posture in the neck. So you might have, you might be at a desk job, you might be working, looking up at a computer, you're creating this, what we call anterior head carriage. And what it is again, it's just putting all this extra weight on the parts that are supposed to be movable. And if you leave it in this like prolonged position, the muscles that are normally, in a perfect balance with each other become tight.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people will come in with headaches, neck pain, one-sided or both. It just kind of comes from being in the position. And then if you're trying to I've been slunched over too long, I got to stand up straight, is when it can kind of cause some of that pain because it's just become tight over time. And the same thing kind of goes within the low back, what we call lower cross syndrome for the lower part of the back. It kind of, if you stand up after sitting for a long period of time, you kind of feel like the front, your hip flexors, for example, become really tight. Mm-hmm. And it's almost, painful, like where your low back is just crunching down on itself. Right. So again, bad posture can lead to multiple issues that come along with that.
Sure. So how can a person correct their posture? Or can they even correct their posture?
Yeah, they can absolutely correct their posture. It's going to take time. It's, you don't just go to the gym once and lift and you're just a bodybuilder. It's going to take time. So for like the neck, for example, if you're somebody who suffers from like this anterior head carriage, this rolled shoulders, the first thing that comes to mind is like doing chin triangulations. If you're a patient here at APHR, you might actually be doing some of these exercises already. But say you're driving home from work, you hit a stoplight, do 10 to 15 chin retractions, make that double chin, make yourself look real attractive. But hey, it works. It's lengthening the muscles that are tight in the back. It's strengthening the weak, deep neck flexors that are in the front. And as far as maybe you have more shoulders, we do a wonderful stretch here called the clock stretch. Or if you're at work, you can get up and go to a door frame and just kind of like place your arm against it and just stretch the tight muscles again that are in the front. For low back, pelvic tilts, again, something we do very often here in the clinic. Pelvic tilts are, again, just lengthening the tight muscles and strengthening the weaker muscles in the back.
Okay. So how does a person sit properly? Because I know a lot of Americans sit nowadays for work, and I'm sure me cross-legged isn't correct style.
The workplace is very hard against the body, yes. So obviously not everybody can have sit to standing desks. Not everybody can just have that luxury, but at the same time, you can kind of work your way around the system a little bit, making sure that at least if your chair can go high or low enough that you're equal. The biggest and honestly the best solution for me was just having some kind of lumbar support. I catch myself, kind of slouching by the end of the day, I'm tired or whatever, and then I get up and I'm like, oh, my back really hurts. But I found like, even if you don't have to go buy things from like Amazon. You can if you want to, but also at the same time, just it's something as simple as like rolling up a towel and just sticking a towel behind your low back in your chair kind of adds that and keeps that curvature in the low back to maintain the proper like weight bearing that should be normally going on.
Okay. What is tech neck? We keep hearing this word a lot, and some people might not be familiar with that.
So tech neck is kind of, it's been increasingly more popular over the years thanks to, cell phones and iPads. And it's honestly been around before technology. If you kind of think about it, those back in the day when newspaper was a big thing, people were still leaning over looking at something. So tech neck is more for the millennial and the age that we're in right now, but it's still kind of prolonged looking down, looking at your phone, looking at your iPad, reading the newspaper. You're still kind of doing this. And even at jobs, if you're at a desk and you're still kind of like looking down, looking at the monitor, you're still creating, like, essentially it's a bowling ball on a little bitty, spine.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just constantly adding force to it. And you just keep going forward and forward and forward. And you may not think about it because you're like, oh, just on my phone playing Candy Crush. And then the next thing you know, you're just lengthening these muscles more and more and more and more. And you're not using the deep neck flexors that are used to stabilize everything. So over time, it's just that added motion of just leaning forward.
Mm-hmm. So what major causes could come of poor posture if a person never goes to get it corrected or work on it?
As far as poor posture kind of leads to, as far as major for me, is I see digestive problems. And I didn't realize this for the longest time, but if you're sitting, especially if people who have desk jobs, they're sitting, they're hunched over, if they have bad posture, you're not, your gut and your stomach, they all move on its own. But if you're sitting there and you're crunched over, it may move, and maybe it's still moving, but maybe it's moving little by little.
Mm-hmm. Not as optimally.
Yeah, not as optimally. If you kind of have a better posture, and as far as breathing goes, like breathing from your diaphragm instead of breathing with up here, the added breathing actually promotes motility of your stomach. So at the same time, you're actually promoting better digestion and better health overall, because it's not just leaving toxins in there for your body to reabsorb.
Sure. Okay. Well, I think you did an excellent job of going over posture with us in the audience. So if you want any more information, please check out our website. It is I always get this wrong because it's an acronym. APHRwellness.com. Anyways, thanks for joining us. Have a good one. We'll see you next time. Thank you for watching our video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And for more information, please visit bestfayettevillechiropractor.com.